I forgot to do this shit too.
Yo.
What's up? What's up?
Episode 10. We fucking made it.
And we're live.
Sir.
We made it.
Via IG. Live.
Check out the shirts.
Got the Grano Podcast
we got
t-shirts.
the stickers. And now I'm going to ignore you guys because we got serious conversations to talk about today. But I want to start off with, thanking everybody.
For sure.
Sir.
All the followers that we've been getting in the recent weeks, months. I've noticed that everyone's starting to listen to our older stuff and then leading on to our newer stuff, which is good because, a lot of the topics that we touch on, I think there's like a ladder. We're climbing a ladder, where we talk about maybe similar things, but very different. And we get real deep into each conversation. And then we just expand it to what we really think and what we see society's dealing with. And we try to give a little bit of opinions and maybe even facts of certain things that we've seen, and there's nothing better than that because, I think, again, I'm going to go back to something I said like in the first episodes where it's interesting that, you have these famous people that have been doing podcasts for years now and are real famous, making a lot of money out of podcasting. But, maybe they have opinions about certain aspects that we talk about and topics we talk about, but they can't really relate because we're your 9 to 5. We're the ground, the blue collar workers. We're the ones that have boots on the ground. And what's better to listen to what we have to say, Yeah,
just a couple regular dudes, regular jobs, talking about regular experiences.
I had to ask for the day off to be here.
And a writer.
Sorry, dude, we're not monetized. This we can't pay each other.
It's all right. Hey, pro bono. It's pro bono.
Which I wanted to add that. I wanted to add that to our audience that. I'm sure they get the sense of it that we're not doing this for money.
No.
I don't think we're not clout chasing. We're not clickbait. We're not looking for clicks. We're not clickbaiting. Of course, we just want people to listen to our podcast. So maybe, if we're right or wrong, they could think about like, if we say one thing in one of our episodes, at least they can look at it and be like, he's right about this. Maybe let me look at my life because I see a lot of people. Not that you live a perfect life. You live a perfect life, and I live a perfect life because we all make mistakes, and it's part of failure. And mistakes is part of living, right?
Learning. And even that too, where it's like maybe people are probably like, oh, I'm dealing with this or I'm going through that or whatever, and then we might talk about something. Hey, this is how I feel about this. This is what I think about that. And they're like, oh, I didn't think other people thought the same thing or whatever. Right?
It's happened to me when I listen to other kind of podcasts or even like the clips that they do on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's you find stuff that's very fucking relatable and you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then you can kind of then you share it and then you kind of relate a lot to what it says. And I feel like our topics are relatable to, again, 9 to 5 people, regular dudes, even the girls too, man. Like I'm saying dudes, but even the girls, like I noticed that, like even
I say dude to some females too, but like, hey, dude,
I don't like that though.
But you can.
You can, I guess, but I don't like that. So like just like the demographic that I've noticed on IG. By the way, we're live right now as we're speaking. It's half and half. So females like to hear the inner thoughts or what the hell goes on in our mind. You know what I mean? And because I've seen, I've gotten messages on the IG where they kind of do, they'll relate and they'll say, dude, I didn't know this and this and this, or I didn't think this and this, or why do you think this and this and this? So, as we keep going, we're going to try to do some more lives to try to engage more with the audience. It's not like, oh my God, we have, 1 million followers, but we'll engage with you guys a little bit more and stuff and bring a couple people in so we can touch older topics and, with live interactions with people and whatnot. And hopefully we can bring some people in. I know I'm kind of talking now about kind of growing the podcast, going that direction since we hit the 10th episode. So
And you know what? Honestly, yeah. Since hitting 10th episode, it's like going back to how it started and how we got here. It's like
12 phone call, 12 a.m.
Again,
phone
it's like for those of you that don't know, for those of you that just started following us, we talked about it in our mid intro.
Yeah.
But briefly again, it's like you know, we literally getting out of a bar on the drive home, called up Brian, and I'm like, hey, started talking about a topic, right? The best friend, the guy friend and girlfriend, whatever. Can guys be best friends with the opposite sex or girls vice versa?
No.
And you know, and that started, that's pretty much how it went between me and Brian, right? Because he was like, no, and I was like, it can happen, right? And we just, next thing you know, we're like, hey, fuck it, why don't we start like a podcast and talk about this shit, you know? And created a group chat, boom. And here we are, 10th episode later.
It's dope because we're not pushing an agenda. It's just our thoughts. And all three of us are very different. So there's like 3 different perspectives. And there's times that we agree. And it's funny because I was listening to one of our episodes the other day. And there was an episode where we all agreed. And it was like, oh.
It was one of those weird, like, awkward, like, wait.
I'm curious to know which one you remember.
Was it the sport? Or like,
I'll turn the fire on right now.
No,
there's no way I agreed. There's no way all 3 of us fucking agreed. I must have stayed quiet for some reason.
You're probably the shocking person that agreed with us.
Yeah, no, because he's like,
okay, what was it? No idea?
No, I don't remember, but it was just me and him were going back and forth, and I was like, what the fuck you doing over there? And you just said like, no, well, I agree. Like, I don't know. There's nothing more to add, you know?
Oh, shit. Okay.
But I think it was a sports one.
Oh, all right. Okay, yeah. No, but see.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that it's like...
We were talking about equal pay and shit, and then, like, I went on a fucking crazy rant, and then you were, like... I guess what was being said was kind of like, all right, well, it is what it is. You know, that's how we feel about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the cool thing about this podcast, like... Even for knowing each other for as long as we've known each other, it's interesting to have a conversation about these topics and then just be like, oh, well, he thinks about it this way. And again, we don't have an agenda when we talk. We talk about like how we feel, how we see things, the experiences that we've maybe gone through. And then whoever listens to this is just kind of like, oh, shit, you know, which leads me to talk about red flags and green flags.
That's a good topic, man. That's a good topic.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like to avoid, you know, admitting that, oh, yeah, I saw the red flags because they want to see, okay, where can this go to, right? But then it's like when it goes down south, and then you start thinking back and you're like, I saw all that, but I chose to ignore it, which I think tends to be...
I've been there though before.
That happens with a lot of people, you know, because you want to give the person like, all right, like I want to get to know this person a little bit better. Like that's probably not it, but and next thing you know, you find out a couple months later, nope, yep, that's it.
But I think it depends on the person you meet, because like,
oh yeah,
I thought I was good at identifying red flags on people. For me, because red flags are individual for everybody.
Yeah.
Like we could sit here and read off a list and be like, oh, Google says these are red flags, but some of those red flags doesn't mean they're a red flag to you, me, or any of our listeners.
Yeah.
And I've been there where you meet someone and it's not until it broke up and the thing's done where you look back and you'll be like, I'm an idiot. Like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? I'll give you guys an example. And there was this girl I met a few years back, and I was deep, bro. Like, my mind, I was just like... She never gave me her Instagram. We were dating for a long time, and she would say, I don't have an Instagram. I believed all of it.
I'm familiar with the story, so...
Yeah. She's like, I don't have an Instagram, and I don't really use it. But I was just so in the...
At a time where Instagram was kind of taking off.
It was on its height.
Yeah.
And then I would, to me, like, obviously, you know, if you're dating someone, you know, you make it to Instagram, you probably post pictures of each other maybe, or you guys are out together, you see if she posts, you know, we've talked about that before, so I'm not going to get into that conversation, but I was so lost in the sauce, like they like to say.
You just had the number.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then, you know, it's not until we broke up or like we finished like hanging out or whatever.
Your fling.
Dude, I'm like, oh shit. I was a side piece the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Oh, that's another story.
No, I'm just saying, how does it feel? Just give me just a top.
Feel? No, wait, you know what? No, but this is different. This is different because you didn't know you were a side piece until after.
I was like the rebound, and I didn't know.
But that's where. I mean, I don't want to interrupt you, but that's where you weren't that good to identify a red flag there to figure that out, that you were being a side piece. Have you ever been a side piece, Renee?
No, it's not side piece.
I don't think I
felt like a
no. So like for example, because you know the story.
Sounds good, buddy.
Yeah.
Basically, like she was in a long-term relationship. She breaks up with the dude. I met her. Okay. And then I became that guy that she was kind of like
a rebound.
Yeah. I met her at a bar. Like I had no idea. Like we had no connection.
To
between
his
friends.
knowledge, she was single.
Oh, okay. I
know. But it's not until after that I was like, oh fuck. Like then you start looking at all the red flags. So it's hard to sit there and identify red flags, and depending on the person that it is, you know.
Honestly, I think in our age range, our age group, and for people that are like, you know, obviously younger than us, for sure. People maybe a little older than us also. It's like, if you don't have a social media, that can be a red flag, because it's like, who doesn't have social media? Whether it's Facebook. Snapchat, I understand maybe Snapchat, right? But like Instagram, like even if you just, for example, like let's say for example TikTok, there's a lot of people that have TikTok that don't post anything, but they just have TikTok to have it, right? Okay, fine, whatever. But it's like, I would kind of see that as like, you don't have social media, like, or you just don't want.
I didn't even.
So for everyone, it's different, right? So jumping off a little bit,
but jumping off. What the fuck?
Yeah. But does that end up being a red flag or a green flag there? Where if she doesn't have social media,
so now it's a red flag for me.
That's what you say. For everybody is different. Yeah. Hey, dude, if you ask me, no one's asking me. Fuck you guys. But
Brian, what do you?
Somebody asked me,
Mr. Brian,
is that a green flag to me if she doesn't have social media? Or a red flag? I'd go with green, dude.
Because you probably see it as a way as like, okay,
because I've never gone through that experience.
That's why it's different.
And you can see it a different way also, where it's like they're about their business, they take care of shit, they don't have time for it.
That's exactly what that's.
It can be that.
I would see it.
You come across a situation like yours.
I would see it. Yeah, I would see it in that very. I mean, you pretty much. Yeah, you pretty much broke it down to why I would see it as a green flag. It's that would be kind of. Fuck, I don't want to exaggerate either, dude, but it would be kind of like...
But realistically, that's impossible nowadays.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, dude.
If you ask me and it's like, okay, you have IG? No. You have a Snapchat? No. You have any type of social media?
No. We're live right now. We're live in Arizona.
Me, that's a red flag.
If we find a girl in the middle of the desert, maybe she won't have fucking social media. So...
No, because she won't have service, maybe. She doesn't have enough service to create a profile.
Starlink, boys. So I'm gonna go around the table.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna play like fucking Jimmy Kimmel right now or some bullshit.
There you go.
I'm gonna go around the table and I want to know just a few red flags that that you guys individually feel when you meet a girl. What are things that you're like, nope, I can't do this.
I'll give you one right off the bat. Right now, as you were talking, when they come off defensive, man. I've came across a lot of women. Again, this is not talking bad about a woman. This is just my perspective as a male that I am. So I've seen it so many times, dude.
Especially
like that's a big one, man. Like it's just, hey man, I didn't hurt you. I didn't hurt you, man. Hold on, like you know what I mean. Like it's and they'll do it right off the first date. Yeah. They'll do it right off the bat and. Instantly, I mean, it took me a couple years to understand that, because at first I would be like, well, okay, maybe it's her personality, right? Then you start thinking it's the personality that's in the way, right? Well, that's just the way she is.
Yeah.
But then you start realizing, dude, that after every single sentence that you say, or after every something that you say that is not offensive, they get defensive. Yeah. You're just like, okay, well, how are we supposed to have a conversation? Excuse my voice, though, by the way. It's kind of raspy because I got a little bit sick coming over here for some weird reason.
Yeah. You have a little dust in your lungs.
All the fucking, all the desert sand.
Valley fever, they call it.
There you go.
Yeah, so dude, yeah, I mean, what was I? You know, you try to have these conversations, they get defensive, and you're like, dude, okay, so at what point like, I remember sometimes I'll be texting, right? I could be texting, and even through text, dude, it's, oh yeah, but why did you this? Oh yeah, but why are you thinking like this? And it's like questioning every single thing that you're saying.
That's good.
Defensively.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And I'm just like, how? And I'm gonna be honest with you, dudes. I've actually said this. I said, explain to me how we are supposed to have a conversation like this. It's not gonna. The conversation will not move forward if every time I fucking say something, it's like, you do this. Well, what if this? Well, and it's like, dude, you're putting a barrier.
It's almost like,
do you not like me? Then we're not. Then I don't think we can talk.
You know what this gives me vibes of is like if you tell her like, hey, I want to take you out to dinner. What the fuck did you do? Why do you want to go to dinner?
Okay.
Wait.
You bring flowers. What'd you do now?
What the fuck? So what's another one? I need 4 more from you. Maybe you could come up with 4. But make them like,
there's
shoot well, off the top of your head. Vámonos.
No, pues ayúdame, güey, porque tengo que pensar poquito ahorita.
Okay, Rene.
Right off the bat.
Honestly, I think for me it's just
spit them.
The certain like
I
questioning.
Gonna break them down.
The questioning for like the type of questions.
Yeah.
Like in the sense of like when you're kind of like trying to reassure yourself that this person doesn't do something.
Yeah.
That maybe you do, but you want to see where they stand on it, and it's like, why? Let me give you an example, right? Where it's kind of like, hey, as you're dating or you're talking or whatever, and it's like one of those where it's like, hey, do you go through a phone? Like, and it's like, no. Oh, okay, well, you know, I don't do that either, and it's like,
Why are you asking?
Yeah.
Nah.
Why did that question
if you go through her
like
phone,
you know, going through her phone, like would you
like
you go? Have you ever gone through somebody's phone? And
when
it's
they
like,
ask when they ask,
I'm just like automatically like
when they ask you till your head
and like yeah, that's like
on some Benny vibes,
like the dog and shit. Yeah. Asking for location,
brother. Excuse me, brother.
Asking for location, I think for me, it's like,
me, brother. Hey, brother.
That whole location thing, like, let me get your location right off the bat. And
it's weird because
so your red flag's the location.
For me, it's like, why are you asking for my location right off the bat?
She's insecure as fuck.
Like right off the bat, you're asking for my like location.
I got another one.
And that's just me because I wouldn't ask for your location.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it takes some time.
You're talking about this shit happens early in the dating process.
About early in the dating process. It's not even later in the
relationship. It's like
later is different. That's you already built the trust. You already built everything, and you're just like, hey, I need your location. You know, just in case anything happens
Where'd
or whatever.
You get the leash at Petco?
But yeah, you know, it's like I need the extra. What is it, yard or whatever?
Yeah,
the one that extends a little more.
Yeah, it's not the top half.
Yeah,
a mí me caga el palo, me caga la chingada. Yeah, because I'm listening to you guys, dude, but me caga de que we try to. I'm sure this just happened to you guys. When you compliment the woman, you doesn't take the fucking compliment.
Yeah,
take the compliment.
Yeah.
Why is that a red flag? It goes. You mentioned it between the lines of what he's saying about the location. Yeah. It's the insecurity, and I get it. You know,
everybody has a little.
Men, I believe sometimes us men do have to kind of figure out how to help that a little bit. You know, kind of feed her to feel better about herself, and we have to talk not good about them and make them feel special and whatnot.
Yeah.
But again, when you're barely starting in that dating, that you know, the start of the dating relationship, whatnot. Like, dude, like take the compliment, man. Don't fucking make yourself feel like, no, I'm not. No, I'm this. No, I'm not. No, I'm fat.
Shit,
no, I'm this.
No, I'm not.
I'm that's to me, that's an automatic red flag. Because again, dude, it's like it's never gonna be, this is what comes up to my mind. Everyone's different. It's never going to be enough what I say.
No. Yeah.
If right now we're talking about how beautiful you look, Ricardo, you look
Thank you. Oh my God.
Lavish. You know,
very
how
lavish.
Beautiful
it's
you look.
It's the fucking El Grano Podcast.
There you go. I knew it was something you were wearing.
It's the flames in the gut when I'm going to say something.
It's the Latino heat.
Tranquilo Eddie, what's his name?
Eddie
These
Guerrero,
flames
RIP.
lie in the gut where I'm ready to say some fucking shit.
That's why you put the
You're
flames
next
in,
after this one. But yeah, no, so it's if you get like that, dude, when I'm complimenting you, I can only think of what is next after I start asking. I don't know, I can't think of them on top of my head right now, some more serious things that I'm trying to say, or maybe say like, dude, you're so self-driven, like I believe you're so self-driven, and you have no self-confidence to say I am self-driven, huh? Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Take the fucking compliment, man. Like, let's do that back and forth thing. That to me is an automatic red flag now in the 20 something years that I have in this earth. You know that I
thought you were gonna say century something, 20 something century. I was about to say,
I'll be 29. I don't mind saying my age. I'll be 29 in August.
I thought you were gonna talk about like the century, like 20th, first century, or whatever that we're in. I was like, no, this was taking it to a whole different level.
Wait.
Kings and queens.
So to me, that's a huge one, dude. To me, la verdad, way that shit. Yeah.
You know what's been my red flag, and that's one that I've stick to since I was fucking 18, and I still stick to it today. Having an uneducated woman, having a woman that doesn't want to go to school, the one that's not striving for greatness. Where I because this is one of the reasons why I broke up with my high school sweetheart. And this is, and I'm sure she's probably doing a lot better now because, you know, they get older and shit. But over the years,
I like where this is going.
But over the years, dude, any girlfriend that I've had, I've been lucky. They all have a fucking bachelor's. They all had some shit going on for themselves, and every single one of them. And one of them didn't have it. And I didn't make her, but I encouraged her ass to go. Now, I'm not going to get any benefit from it today because obviously, but for me, a red flag is a girl that is ¿cómo se dice? Conformista, or she's content with
where she's at.
Where she's at. Not that I have to look at her situation and be like, oh, that's where you're happy, like, because I'm no one to say that. Mm-hmm. But I need to see that this girl is busy. She's trying to do something. She wants to go get it. Because the moment I bring you to live with me and we're going to do some shit, your ass is going to jump on the train with me and we're going to fucking move and do shit. Now, I also understand that not everyone has to live like that. I understand that there's, you know, I'm good with this job. I'm good with that job. We just live and that's fine. But for me, I just, the way my mind works, I've met people where I asked them, oh, you know, you're the conversation of what do you do? And it's always been like, oh, well, I'm a manager at whatever. I'm not going to shit on any job.
A little retail store or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. And I would always be like, all right, so are you, you know, what is your like game plan? Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good. And I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't do this shit because the problem with me is that when I'm moving at 100 miles per hour, which I don't, but if I'm moving, I want to know that you're going to be willing to move with me. Yeah. And if day one, I'm already seeing your body language is relaxed and your mind is in different places, for me, that's already a red flag. Because I'm dating you to marry you and live with you.
Yeah.
I'm not dating you to smash or fucking go out to dinners and movies and popcorn.
Not at this age anymore.
No, even when I was younger.
You specifically.
Even when I was younger, if I saw,
no, that wasn't my case.
No, even no.
Gave a fuck about that.
No, but
yes, you knew who was. You knew who you were trying to do that with and who you were not.
You didn't give a fuck about the self-driven shit back when we were younger.
Well, I did.
No, I'm not saying you. We're talking about me.
I know, but so I did.
Thank you.
Is that a good thing? Should we have said that? Oh, well, too bad.
No, because
I'm kidding.
It is what it is, though.
No, but you know what the issue is with that, bro? The thing is, like, there's chicks you kick it with.
Yes.
And you want to...
That's what I was trying
mess
to
around
tell
with.
them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, always relationships were always a little bit different. Like, if I'm choosing to be in a relationship with you, I'm looking at you as like, can she be a potential mother?
Yes.
Can she potentially like be at my house and fucking do what she's got to do and work as a fucking team if I'm dating you? The other girls or whatever, if I didn't see that, but
there's
we got
categories.
along, and
we have
there's
different categories.
Yeah, and there's vibes. Then there's vibes, and we'll hang out. I'll see you at the bar. See you at the club. We'll hang out afterwards.
See why he was the favorite?
Wow.
Always the fucking mature one, dude.
What's that? No, that you decided to be a little rascal.
Shout out to my fuck you. Shout out to my dad. I think my dad's on the live right now.
Salud,
señor.
Nos estamos tomando una fría.
I think so.
Oh shit, so dad. Papa. No, yeah. You know, honestly, that to me was one of the biggest red flags that could turn me on and turn me off.
Yeah.
And for me,
you know what's
it was
crazy?
early on. I always
think
saw it like that.
Your previous people just kind of set a bar, in a way, or a standard. You know that you were like, okay, so so far,
set the standard.
Yeah, but you also need to meet the other person, and you find out, oh, well, I'm going to school and I'm working here, and you're like, okay, cool, like I like that, and okay, that didn't work out, but the next person you meet, same, right? You're like, all right, and then you meet the next person, and they're just like, nah, I'm good where I'm at. You're kind of like, wait, I'm not used to this. I don't know how I feel about this. Like,
it's because the thing is, you're right, and the thing is, when you meet a girl that's driven like that, dude, all that other little shit. Now I don't want to say it's little shit, but all those little like confidence issues and like her. Like isolating herself and being jealous and shit. Like that shit goes out the window.
You'll minimize it. You're like, okay, that's not really.
But it's them, right? They start understanding their value. Like, I know what I'm fucking worth. Mm-hmm. And it's like, hell yeah, bro. Especially in today's world where it's like there is more opportunities for females to like, you know. But there's this nice balance that they have to find, which that's on them, you know. Us too, you know. Like we have to. But when you see a girl that's like driven like that and she's fucking trying to get it and she's thinking about
you know what?
She don't have time for the location shit.
And that can go down as a green flag.
Yeah.
On a female. That exactly what you just said. Somebody that's driven. A female that's driven, green flag. Boom. She's about her business. She's
but you know that could turn I'm gonna be negative. Can I be negative? That could
turn let's turn this positive into a negative.
That could turn into negative though, because then I'm probably stepping on toes here.
No, but
then,
I mean,
then it could become negative because then I don't need you. Then it goes into the conversation
we've said this before.
I don't really want to touch too much on it, but
no, but this is good.
But this is different though.
This is good.
This is different.
And I like to play the devil's advocate.
No,
is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It could be a red flag because then it turns into that where now they're like, well,
but you'll
I'm
see
too
that.
self-driven. I'm too self. No, I don't think there's such thing as too self-confident, but
you can see that from the beginning.
Yeah.
You can see that from the very beginning how they are. If they are that way, self-driven about them, oh, I'm independent or whatever, I'm after mine, and they say, I don't need a man. Okay, yeah, that can be a red flag if you want to see it that way. But I'm saying, like, the way he explained it, right? They're about their business. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're moving at the same speed that you like to move.
So
they don't really, do that whole extra stuff. Then it's like that can be seen as a red flag.
So I'll throw another red flag. He caused it here and sparked it. You want to go ahead? Go ahead.
I just want to give you guys a quote with what you said. And I've heard this quote before, and I've had to sit there and self-analyze and look in the mirror. It says, weak men create masculine women.
Oh, I've seen them.
Strong men create feminine women.
I've seen that.
So it doesn't matter how driven your woman is. We have to look in the mirror and be like,
amarrar.
¿Me faltan huevos o no?
Yeah. O traigo más que una cartera o me falta.
Sí, porque hablamos de machismo, güey, y esa madre, pero being a machista doesn't mean you're a strong man.
No, yeah, I agree. It doesn't.
When I heard this quote, I said to myself, well, yeah, if you're looking for this woman to be educated and self-driven and shit, that what he said is a huge potential. True.
Yeah.
Fucking need you, but that's where your masculinity has to come out.
Exactly.
Like in many different ways, and you have to look in the mirror, look at yourself, and be like, "Fuck, dude, am I man enough really to handle this woman?" Because if you're not, then she is gonna step all over you. And she is going to make it seem the way he said it. So he is right. Mm-hmm. That is possible. But it is on us.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is the way you explain it too, where it's like, hey, I'm moving at this speed. And you're moving at the same speed as me. That works. You get me? Now, in that sense, I would say you're probably talking in the sense of she's like, hey, I'm going 150 miles an hour. You're going 100. You're going fast, but I'm going faster than you. You're going to get left behind. So it's
that
like, I don't need you. So that's what I'm saying. It can be seen as a red flag and a green flag. It just depends on how the attitude or whatever aspect of things are.
Right. Here's another one. Again, just coming all together, right? Teamwork. That could be a red flag. When the woman is not a team player, dude. It goes back to what you're saying.
Yeah.
I grabbed on to what you just said. You're going 100 miles per hour. She's going 150. Either you speed the fuck up, or you slow the hell down, and you come back down, and we meet at 100. What's that? 125? We meet at 125.
Get on the horse or get left behind, buddy.
It makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
Like to me, that's another thing, dude. Like if I don't see that you're a team player,
damn,
dude.
So how would you identify that, like when you're dating?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I was thinking more like marriage type of thing, you know.
So how you're dating, I think.
So like when you're dating, do you think you'd be able to identify that shit, or is it something that over the time?
Well, you could kind of see, dude. If she starts, I think if she starts kind of involving you in maybe at the speed that she's going, right? Maybe she can slow herself down and say, "Hey, why don't you come and join, or come and take a look at what I'm doing, whatever it might be. Look at what I'm doing. Come and jump on this." And that kind of makes
trying to push you to do a little more.
So then maybe it's vice versa, right? The man too, right? The man's doing his thing, which typically sometimes the man's the ones that's running faster at times, right? At times, it varies. It varies definitely. And so sometimes the man wants to be a team player, and he involves the girlfriend, right? The girlfriend. We're not talking about marriage. I think I started this off of marriage in my head. So. Talking about dating, so wherever you're at in life or whatever it is you're doing, I believe if you start inviting the woman to it, your girlfriend to it, that's where you'll see if she's actually gonna get into it and start working as a team. Is she supporting you with whatever project you have, whatever thing you're going on with, and again, vice versa, right? We talk about with the woman. The woman's the same thing. So I think that's kind of how you can probably identify at the dating stage if she's a team player. So green flag to me, if she is. Red flag if she's not. It's pretty straightforward. So.
I think for me, team player wise would be kind of like how your what you prioritize as in a dating phase. Like you got something going on, she's got something going on, but hey, I want to go here, she wants to go there. It's like, all right, what can we do to kind of make it work, right? It's like you're trying to, all right, let's make this work, let's see what we can do. You agree to go here, agree to go there, or whatever the case might be, something like that, trying to like collaborate. Can we collaborate, or even I guess like even compromising,
so,
guys, the guy or the girl, it's like compromising at times. Okay, that means you're willing to play ball, like you're trying to work together as a team. Like you said, in whatever she has going on, supporting, or whatever you have going on, supporting you as well.
You need a James Harden in the Thunder for that shit to work.
You're not getting enough credit because KD and Westbrook are getting all the credit, but you're a central piece to it. So,
So I wanna bring down this conversation to something that is, I think it's something that we live. What happened?
I just wanted to mention one more because again, every time you talk, it comes up to my head another one. I got one more for you, and then we can do what you want to do.
I got you.
Ready? This is a big one because I think this is huge in a relationship, dude.
You're not even leaning back, so I like this one.
It's called empathy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I believe a man or woman, both goes both ways. They have to learn to be empathetic, and you catch that at a dating stage when, if you're saying maybe you're feeling a certain way, and she comes at you with or he comes at you not soft enough, not I guess, because I think men go through, I mean, having gone through a marriage before, and it's hard, and sometimes you kind of do want that pat in the back from the woman.
Okay.
Right. And again, I know we're not talking about the marriage, but it's the dating stage where that's where you should have caught it from the beginning.
Yeah.
If this woman's going to be empathetic with you in your hard moments and your hard times, because we do struggle a lot. We potentially could struggle a lot mentally, because we have millions of things going, right? And if we have families or we have children and we're dating, but even if we have children on the side, you got all that going in your mind, dude. You got, your financial situation, maybe your mortgage situation, maybe your job. You feel as a man that you want to do more and more. You want to push more and more. You're thinking, what's your next project? What's going to get you to get some financial freedom? I mean, I just mentioned 6 things.
I have the solution.
I just mentioned 6 things.
Yeah.
I just mentioned 6 things that can potentially just take the mind of a man off the fucking rail.
Yeah.
And so it's where I think you need that woman to be a bit empathetic, and come to you, and the teamwork jumps in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think empathy is super freaking important.
You're right, but I'm gonna tell you what I feel with that, and I learned it. It's
a bit soft.
No.
Okay.
No, I learned it early on. You know how you identify that shit early? Us as men, we tend to not open up until year 2. Yeah. Year 3, year 4, and then year 5, shit starts kind of crumbling because you decided to start opening up. I'm gonna tell you something. I had an experience where I learned from it. There, where I kind of carry it on now, where I open up early on. Open up. The thing is, you wouldn't be able to identify that red flag necessarily.
Okay. Because
we as men do not open up. It's hard enough to open up to your family. And you're like, well, so you have to sit there and look at this girl and be like, do I like her? Do I want to be with her? Yes. Open up. Start opening up. Have the conversations. You start talking. And then you'll start seeing the reaction early on. The problem with us is that us as guys, we like to hold the shit in. We're strong. We want to fucking keep it together. You want to look like the strong male when you're dating them. And we are strong, but the mind is stronger. And as time goes by and relationship goes on,
catches up to you,
motherfucker, there's more problems that come into the relationship when you start when your family gets involved, when you start living together. So you start adding more tension to this relationship when you should have opened up with your own problems early on with her to see what her reaction was early on.
You could have gotten a better understanding or feel.
This chick don't give a fuck what I say.
Yeah. Okay.
She ain't gonna sit there and understand, because later on when I can't pay that fucking light bill, I can't even look at her and be like, I'm losing my shit. I don't know how I'm gonna get to. And then she's probably just gonna sit there and be like, oh, well.
You know what? I think that might come off, though. Like, that might be due to growing up. Maybe as how we grew up. Yeah. I mean, me speaking personally for myself, right? It's like, I want to say we probably grew up similar. People around our age group. Where it's like, we didn't see that.
No.
And if
the man was quiet and worked.
And if it did happen, our parents probably just did a pretty good job of not showing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it's like, when was, seeing dad in that point where, like you said, it's like, okay, if there was any financial struggles, it's like, oh, your dad just has 2-3 jobs. But you're probably like, why does he have 2-3 jobs, Yeah.
No wonder drinking is a huge thing in our culture.
And right? And it's like, the weekends here is like, vámonos, and it's like,
that's sad, because that's where
we didn't see that,
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we probably didn't see that growing up. It's one of those where it's like it is what it is, dude. Like, if you didn't see that growing up, it wasn't talked about then, and you're gonna grow up thinking the same way. Now, as we're growing up and we've gone through a couple relationships or whatever, now you start to see, like, you know what? Maybe opening up isn't so bad.
You have to.
Maybe talking about things isn't so bad. Me addressing if I don't like something then and there, it's probably not a bad idea. Me needing help and asking for help is probably not that bad.
And you have to do it early on, bro, because I'm telling you that is something I learned that I didn't do in a long-term relationship. It took me a long time to open up. And trust me that it'll make a big difference when you start making another move with this person. Yeah. But it is something that we don't get taught. We don't get taught, but you have to do it, and especially in today's fucking climate, because then also it's like, okay, now we want to raise awareness for men's mental health, but women go through, obviously issues of their own, and how are you going to identify all this shit when you're going to fucking Universal and you're going on this trip and you're going to this shit and this shit? It's all fun and games, bro. You're entertained, restaurants and all this shit.
That's all you're doing like the first year, It's like, hey, let's go here, hey, let's go there,
And you're fucking happy and you're like, oh, we're gonna go to the restaurant, this fucking place, this fucking club. Yeah, bro. When are you ever gonna sit there and fucking be like, hey, this is what the fuck is going on? So what are we doing here? Are you dating to just fuck, or are you dating to fucking marry?
That's the difference.
You got to make the difference. Of course, now we're older, so I'd hope that we're not in that fucking game plan now where you're still, oh yeah, so I'll see you Tuesday. We're gonna go to dinner, and then Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're gonna go to fucking Sedona, and then we're gonna go to Flagstaff, and then we're gonna go to fucking, go visit here, go visit there, and it's all fun and games, and you never have time to sit there and understand, okay, is this fucking person, is she gonna be ride or die with me? And we have, it's our fault because we don't open up,
exactly,
and we don't leave the door open for them to show us, like, oh, is she gonna be down for me?
Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy? It's like you're busy,
but it's hard. But it's hard.
Yeah. So you're busy doing all that in year one, and by the time you're done doing all that, year one, that's when year two rolls in, and that's usually year two is when you start having all of that, start seeing all of this, and then usually you're like, oh, maybe I should just stick it out if that's the way that they are, because the way you feel, it's like, I'm already in year two. It's like, but then it comes back.
But
it should have been at the that's what I'm saying. It should have been. It should have happened in year one.
So how does a man learn to be vocal about it? Then I mean, I'm not the best, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm not the best at communication and all that, but I am. I think I've notched it up a level where, we weren't. Like Renee said, I think we grew up similar in the sense that we didn't, learn that too much, but on an individual level with our parents. But I have learned how to communicate. If it's through therapy, or is it through reading, is it through YouTube videos that, have all that access to help you out and shit. But how can you, I think this is where the empathy comes in, right? Like, how do you, because también it could be a veces la mujer no da, the woman doesn't give the confidence to the man.
So is that a red flag?
Which one?
What you just said. If she doesn't give you the confidence either to open up, red flag.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's fucking. You see, that's why every time this was talking, like another one pops up to me too, like that same shit. Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna sit here because we're sitting here and being like red flag, left flag, like.
Oh, it could be. Yes.
It sounds like, oh, you're nitpicking. Okay, maybe you're nitpicking, but it is we are nitpicking. If people want to look at it that way, we're nitpicking, right? Because right now you said that, and I said that. Well, that's a red flag. But let's be real. Like, we've all been in long-term relationships, and we can all sit here and agree that because maybe...
¿Estás bien, güey?
Qué madrazo. And maybe because you didn't see those... Maybe because you didn't see that early on, and you weren't paying attention to that because you were so lost in the moment of... Oh, this is wonderful.
The honeymoon stage.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they call it.
Fuck your honeymoon stage.
No, I'm saying...
I know. I'm saying... Fuck your honeymoon stage. Let your whole relationship be a honeymoon stage. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck does it have to be at the beginning when it's a new piece of skin that you're all fucking happy about?
Oh, como dicen, la piel. Ay,
la piel. No, yeah, bro.
And it's crazy that we didn't think about it like this, or at least I didn't, right? Early on in my early 20s, like, because at the time it's like you're so busy and like, oh, I got a new girlfriend or whatever, blah blah, I'm dating this girl, and you're going here, you're going there, you're all of a sudden doing things that you weren't doing as a single guy.
Wish I could take all that money back, hey?
That was a bad investment. That investment went bad.
They didn't have toe selling back then.
No.
Here we go, back to the OnlyFans.
No, but I think in your 20s and it's hard to see that. But then then you see a lot of people stuck in really bad situations where then they don't understand how to get out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's there, bro.
Yeah, you know what's another one though? I don't know how you guys feel about this one, but like someone that tries to isolate you.
Oh yeah,
isolate you in a sense.
I need context for that one.
Like isolate you from whatever it is you have going.
I'm not gonna say names.
Like let's say you're no.
Okay.
I'm saying it because it's like that low key kind of happened to me in one of my relationships too, where it's like
happened to you.
Yeah, exact. It's like
calm down. Man.
No,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Where
it's
like
this motherfucker ghosted the shit out of everybody.
I'm kind of glad that it didn't.
I did it too, though,
for that long. Well, look, I want to say, as guys, we've all been there. We've all done it in some sort of way or to a certain extent.
I would never do that
It's
to you.
happened in a sense where you at least isolated yourself from somebody.
Yeah,
you know,
that's just weird.
It could have been your friends.
Yeah, but is it a choice or is that woman isolates you? That's what I want to know.
Mine was kind of a choice.
You make it a choice because of how that female that you're talking to or whatever are in a way. Yeah,
so then it's not your choice.
So no, you make it your choice because we all have a choice.
It's forced upon you. Okay,
we all have a choice. You can say, you know what?
Yeah.
¿Sabes qué?
No.
Vete a la chingada. Like no, right? You can say. I'm saying you can say. Right?
Yeah,
you don't have to, right? But you can say, ¿sabes qué? Cambia la carita.
So what? So what is it? So what is it that? Because every time you hang out with your friends, and let's say she goes, she'd be like uncomfortable, mad, and didn't want to fucking like deal with it.
And I think
I've seen that shit, and I'm like, fuck you. Then why'd you fucking come, brother?
And a red flag in a sense is like cuando van and they're just quiet. They're quiet. You're at a family event or you're gathering with your friends. They don't want to interact. They're just quiet, and it's like. He's just looking. Right, you step in. For example, let's say it's with you, right, Brian? Okay. You're talking to this new chick, whatever. You bring her around and say,
I would never do that to you.
Okay, but we're all talking, joking around, and your girl's just, or this girl you're dating, she's just there, like, kind of looking at us, looking to see what we're saying, how they're saying it, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, do you speak?
Yeah.
Like, can I get some input? And then you'll try to include her and be like, right? Am I not right? And they just be like, well, I don't know.
You know what's the worst one? You know what's the worst part of that shit, dude? When you meet a homie's girlfriend and you can tell she already fucking knows a lot about you and she already has a bad misconception about you, and you're like, bitch, what the fuck do you know about me?
Oh, when they're like, wait, which one are you again, Ricardo? Oh
yeah,
Ricardo.
Fuck you. Like, what the fuck did I do to you, bro? Dude,
they had the same reaction about you before too.
Oh, you're
this is the famous.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Nah, yo soy un pan de Dios, güey. I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I? I'm gonna flip the.
Soaked in the vino, motherfucker.
I'm gonna flip the tortilla, right? So
con la mano o con una.
No con las tenazas, güey. Porque tengo miedo, güey, que me va a quemar los dedillos, güey.
Te va a salir un callo, güey.
Dude, cuando güey. You made me lose my train of thought, dude.
Flip that tortilla, dude.
Trying to flip it. No, trying to flip it to the guys. Okay, so then the man has the tendency of doing that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna, and I got no shame.
And it's probably even worse.
I will put myself in the situation where I have, in the time that I had a girlfriend, I also isolated my girlfriend at that time
from her friends. Yeah, that's bad.
Why?
No te gustaba.
This is where we're probably gonna get in an argument, right?
They were skanks.
Ready? The friends come at you with. I mean, you learn right through the mouth of your significant other, your girlfriend. You learn what this friend is about. And maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's her fault. Gave me too much information about the friend.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Right. Exactly.
Both sides.
We shouldn't. We shouldn't. But it happens, it gets done, and it always happens. You will always talk about your friends because it happens.
Because but you should be careful a little bit.
Careful, 100%. I agree with you. Careful, yes.
No, that's on them. Todos los secretos de este güey.
That's on them. No, that's on them.
Claro.
That's on the person.
Que luego empiezas a caer gordo tú, güey. O sea. a la novia le empiezas a caer gordo.
No, I know.
I want to flip it on the men though.
Yes,
I want to shit it on us a little bit, you know, because that's how it is too. Like, and so I did that a couple times where I knew her friend or two, and I didn't like what this friend was about, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with isolating my girlfriend at that time from that friend that she accepted and she understood. And I said, here, let me give you the reasons, my reasons why. Let me give you the reasons why in my head it's okay to get you away from this certain person that I know that was your friend for so long. But if you choose not to, don't do it. Fine. Right. But, you know, this friend did a lot of partying, a lot of, I don't even know how to say it without going into detail.
Drugs and shit.
Yeah, all
living that last life.
Fuck yeah, all that shit, right? And so obviously to me, it's like, well, you're my girl, and you know, I'm not trying to mold you in anything. I'm not trying to control your life, but this isn't something these aren't friends that I think you should be around. And let me grab you and let me pull you a little bit to the side and take you to the side so you're not there with them. So that's isolating. I am isolating her. I am giving her advice. I am giving her advice and telling her, hey, maybe this friend is not good enough for you. I mean, you know, it's not good for you and for your life and where we are trying to head towards.
Yeah.
Is that a green flag, red flag? Is that both?
That's a red flag on you?
Think, yeah.
So it's a red flag on the man for wanting to isolate or help understand your girlfriend to get isolated from that friend that you kind of know.
Because that means
she kind of knows also what the friend is about.
Yeah, because then that makes you look possessive, and then it's like,
this is the thing. No, wait.
That's where I think the girl has to be. I told you we were going to get an argument about this.
Yeah, but no, wait.
He's starting because then that's like this was possessive.
But so you got to. The woman has got to. The girlfriend has to be smart enough, dude, and has to understand. And if she accepts it, it's because she's understanding that I'm not doing it in the eyes or in the hands of being possessive. I'm doing it.
She doesn't know that.
I'm doing who.
How is she gonna know that?
How is she not gonna know that?
I wouldn't know.
How is she gonna know? Let's stick to that. How is she not gonna know that?
Everything that you said,
she has to feel. It always comes off of how you deliver the message. If you as a man, that's why I don't agree with what you're saying. If you as a man, you deliver the message and you say,
I'm playing the devil's advocate.
If you say,
I still say it's a red flag.
Si dice, esta pinche amiga, ya es que I told you guys.
Yes.
Esta pinche amiga no me gusta, no me cae bien, no me gusta lo que está haciendo. No creo que es healthy for our relationship. I don't like her, I don't want her. And you know.
Y ahí queda, güey. You gotta let her make that decision.
Hold on. I'm saying if you come, let me talk. If you come off like that,
Kevin De Bruyne.
If you come off,
let me talk. Go ahead.
If you come off like that. Pointing fingers, demanding, possessive, snapping your finger, how I just did now.
Hey, güey, te traen al dedo bonito, cabrón.
Cállate el hocico. If you do that, fool, well then, yeah, dude, you are coming off possessive. You are coming off in a manner where you're trying to control the situation. But if you come off and you sit her down and you say, hey, listen, this is what I don't like. This is what I see in this friend. I love you. I like you. I love you. Whatever. I think you feel the same. It's mutual. Yada yada. Can we find a middle ground here where this friend, I don't think these are my reasons why.
But
I've met girls that say, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's my best friend.
I think that's the right choice.
I don't give a shit. That's who she is.
I think that's the right choice.
And I like that.
I think that's the right choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. No, what I was trying to say, everything you said was cool. Because honestly, all we can do is advise them. Hey, this person, you told me so many things about this person. Yeah. And guess what? Now I have this picture about them. This is how I feel
that's
about
why it's not
them.
good
Based on what you've told me.
It's not good, but it happens. It
always happens.
It always
so
happens.
That's why I'm telling you where it's like, what everything you said leading up to trying to get them to isolate from their friend based on you making that move. It's like everything's good up until then, because at the end of the day, they got to make that decision. Now you already are trying to help them realize, hey, you know what? Maybe this friend is not that great of a friend for you. Maybe it doesn't benefit you, doesn't benefit our relationship.
What you're saying is right. Watch this. Because sometimes, and I agree, because sometimes we see that friend that she's so in love with is kind of a fucking hater.
That too.
And we see it and we're like,
So, an envious friend.
Andale. Yeah, no, sometimes that same friend he's talking about.
Perfect.
Yeah, because sometimes the same friend he's talking about, this is where I have to take a step back with what he's saying. He's right. Because sometimes, and I've seen this happen, sometimes what he's saying is right, where it's like, I'm letting you know about this friend. She doesn't want to see it, but we can see that she kind of is hating.
Yeah.
That maybe you have a relationship now.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yep.
If he's a good guy, whatever.
Treats you good, everything, whatever.
She's leaving the party scene now, and she's trying to like make life with this guy.
Yep.
And this chick is kind of hating, and I've seen it where you can look, because girls are kind of, but you see him and you're like, well, that friend's kind of hating on my chick.
But they're too close to them or too friendly with them, whatever the case may be, and they won't see it. But they tell us these things, right? Blah blah blah, and you get a sense of, and you start seeing it, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, they're probably, based on what you told me, she's not a good friend. Like, you might not want to, keep that friend around too long or keep her at a distance, whatever the case may be. But like I said, it's like, we can only advise them at the end of the day. It's their decision to make. You get me? Because it's like, same thing with us. Girl, if we, for whatever reason, spilled out, or not spilled out a little too much, right? But just talked about how we were, how, the things we did were like me and this guy, working in a warehouse. It's like, we would always fuck around, and it's like we did more fucking around than working. But if they saw that as a bad thing or whatever the case may be, right? It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, look, it is what it is. We're friends. You got to make that decision, though. They can't. That's what I'm talking about. Isolation is when you force somebody to isolate from friends or even family, dude.
Yeah,
even family, because my experience was.
Are we gonna go there with the family?
Going to a family party, and before even showing up to a family party, before even getting there, getting ready. So what time are we leaving? We're not even at the fucking party yet. You are asking me what time we're leaving yet?
And it's your family.
And it's my family. And I have a big family. And unfortunately, the girls that I've been with in a relationship in the past or whatever, it's like, they don't have a big family. It's a small family. So they don't understand.
They don't fuck with that or what?
They don't understand what having a big family is.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a shit ton of... Well, you guys met my family. I have a fucking lot of cousins.
Yeah.
So, we would have a party every other weekend, but,
but did you ever...
not like...
Well, no. Keep going. Yeah, I was already going to get into something that it wasn't...
I'm just saying, like, we had a fucking party every once a month or whatever, or every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, right? Yeah. But I had a family event to go to, whether it was my immediate family or, the extent of my family.
Yeah.
And it's like, what time are we leaving? And
so that's another red flag then, right?
That's what I'm saying. Isolating me from my family, like talking about we're only there for like 2-3 hours. We're only there for 2-3 hours when everybody knows I was one of the last ones to leave before.
What do you think that is?
They probably don't feel comfortable enough. But it's like, if you don't feel comfortable, tell me. You won't go, I'll go.
It's an environment though, dude.
They're not used to it. I understand that.
Dude, there was times where I remember I was trying to... I didn't specifically look for a woman that didn't have a big family, but there was times where in my head I would say like, she's only got the mom and the dad in the picture, maybe a brother and a sister, and that's about it. I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. That's good. That's good for me.
You're probably one of those like,
but it's weird though, because we don't have we didn't have a big family, but we had a medium-sized family. It was a good-sized family that we had enough to where we would be. I should be comfortable with it.
I wish it was a lot smaller, but whatever. Thankfully now I don't got none of them motherfucking snake ass motherfuckers.
Oh,
families can be snakes too, but anyways, continue.
So a part of that would cross my mind too, right? And so like I said, we do come from a medium sized family where it wasn't that bad for me to feel like that, but I would look for once I would hit, like I would find something like that to say I hit the jackpot. To go back to like what happened with these women, what could happen to maybe men to do that. Maybe I guess insecurity, dude. If we say a calzón quitado, wey, like a la neta, al grano, wey, a lo mejor es inseguridad, it's insecurity that you're gonna be questioned. You're gonna be looked at a certain way. You're gonna, how many guys have you brought and you presented to the family? Am I gonna live up to the standards type of thing? That could cross your mind, here and there, and maybe that's probably why.
Would you have trouble or an issue if you met a girl that had a big family? Would that be a problem for you?
No, problem, like, it is what it is.
No, but I'm saying,
I really like her, I mean, I'm in a better spot than I was before.
Hay que decir que now there's a family event like once a month or every other, pasa unos those 2 months where it's like every other weekend.
I'm gonna answer that, but not answer it at the same time. It's gonna be kind of weird answer. I think it also matters a lot to the kind of guy that I am, dude. I don't like that shit, dude. I don't like that. Todo es argüende, güey. I don't like all that party scene, like the party scene,
so,
for the family thing.
If that's her thing,
yeah, then maybe that's not the girl for me, dude.
Really?
You can't make that compromise?
Based on that?
I have to go. Of course, if I love her.
No. Now you have to go.
No. I'm saying I have to. If in my head, if my heart, I love her, and that's something that shouldn't be a barrier, right? To get in the way of whether we stay together or not. But
but would that question come up of
if we do it every weekend, if it's a every weekend thing where we're not going on dates, because we're talking about dating, right? The scenarios
but this is early on. This is early on. Yeah.
Right. This is early on.
This is early. Yeah. But this is early on too. That's what I'm saying.
And even that, dude, if it's really early on dating, I'm not going to go meet your family.
I'm
not going to do that. That's another red flag in my book.
Oh.
If you're coming at me already,
and you're meeting family right away,
and you're already bringing La Familia in this thing, dude, you're running too much. You're running too fast. Well, slow down.
I think
we don't need to take steps that fast.
But I think that.
Hold on.
But this is where what he said. This is where it comes back to opening up, because for some people, family is really, really fucking important.
Yeah.
And maybe more important than for me and him understanding. Our situation. Why? For example, for me, family isn't really a big thing, and I'm gonna be straight the fuck up. I have like less than 5 people that I consider family.
Yeah.
5 people, whatever. And so for me, family isn't a big thing. It really isn't. It never was, though.
Yeah.
And he knows that.
Yeah.
And so when someone comes up to you and communicates to you early on, because it just happened to me, where they tell you, my family is important and I'm letting you know.
Yeah.
You have to, because it did happen.
Yeah.
You have to understand that. And it was hard for me, because I was the kind of guy that when they were having family parties at my mom's house, I'd go to my room and I'd fuck these people and go in bed.
No, you were that guy.
Yeah, I was.
Hey, ¿dónde está fulanito? En el cuarto.
I didn't want to be part of the whole fucking desmadre. So when you say that, it's kind of like, well, you were the opposite because you were always around there. I didn't want that shit, bro. Because I saw things early on in our family that I was like, this is not, I don't believe in any of this garbage. I'm going to bed. Fuck you all. And my result was right at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I have someone that said early on, family is important to me. I need you to understand that.
Yeah.
Basically saying, if there is a party or there's something going on or this and that, understand my family is important to me. And you have to decide.
Yeah, you have to decide.
Fuck this. And for me, it's like yin and yang, bro. Because I was on this side of the spectrum. Yeah. And it's like, oh, fuck, we have to do family things. Yeah. Which I do enjoy.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that yourself. Like, I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
But it is nice, though, dude. Because when they have good families, you start understanding the family value. You're like, the real family value. Which is something me and you don't have too much experience on, to be honest. So you see someone having a good family, it's also good for your heart and good for your mind. Where you're like,
you get to see another perspective other than what you have.
That's part of being open-minded, right? You have to be a little bit more open-minded about that.
That's what we're talking about. The red flags and green flags of people where it's like, okay...
Pero no te quieres despegar de tus jefes tampoco, ¿me entiendes? Porque pasa de que te dedicas mucho a aquel lado.
Yeah, exactly. Y lo vienen resentiendo del otro lado.
Your family's like...
¿Y nosotros qué?
Yeah. But if we're talking on the dating terms...
And you know what?
At the very beginning...
That happens a lot too, though.
You
give more importance to the other side than to your side.
You guys are with the whole... at the very beginning dating, right? Let's say 2 months, 3 months in...
Pero that's something that can be...
You're cool with involving the family right off the bat. 3 months in, 2 months in.
Well, when we say early stages, it doesn't. Yeah.
5
Okay.
months,
You're no. Oh.
even a year is acceptable.
It's because you're gonna understand.
It's
when
early
you jump
on.
into the dating pool. You're gonna see the difference between someone that wants you, because you don't have time. I don't want to say you don't have time to fuck around, because you can fall in love at 40, 50, 60, 70 in the casket. But you fall in love with death, like, oh, I'm better
Ya
here.
ya no se les para este.
I'm better here. No, so understand this.
Está bien tieso.
Por eso, güey.
No, but it might be
Ya
better,
no,
porque cuando ya no se te para, güey, it might be real love. You know, you're not just fucking lusty, güey.
Hey, and sale lo. I love you for who you are. Trust me.
Finally, the Viagra worked. It finally worked in the casket.
Hey, Blue Chew, hit us up. We're looking for a sponsorship. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna leave this episode there, man. I think there was more to say, but
Yeah,
It was good. 10th episode, guys. 10th episode.
This was our 10th episode. Massively excited for what's to come. We don't plan to stop, actually, because we've been getting support. And the support that we've been getting is good enough. We want more. If you guys want to share, like, subscribe, all that shit, whatever. We do want to start posting videos at some point for the podcast here and there. But more than anything, I hope our conversations are interesting enough for you guys to just listen to and not have to see this ugly fucking face and that one and this one.
3
and
months.
we're gonna do something with these stickers. I don't know. We're gonna find a way so we can get it to some of our.
Hey, for those of you guys
people.
that hit up like your local bars, and I'm talking about like downtown Fullerton, Pasadena, downtown LA, back in the LA area, even out here in Arizona,
Tempe,
and
Scottsdale.
La Finiquera también. It's like you're gonna be going to a bar. Whenever you go pee, you might see one of our stickers up there. So
Yeah, take a picture.
Take a picture. Tag us in it. Because we'll be slapping some of the stickers all over town.
Fuck yeah.
I don't want to go to jail.
All right, man. This was another episode of Al Grano Podcast. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned. More episodes to come from us.
Peace.
Peace.